Christmas and Christmas Eve, we are going to make a Christmas tree decoration. I'd like to propose you to make such a small decoration in the shape of a humming top, a children's toy. There can be many variants. Let's start and then we will discuss the possible variants. So, for making such a toy, I take 3 tubes. It is desirable to weave with thin tubes rolled up of glossy paper like advertising posters. In this case, in this spiral way of weaving, I like this kind of advertising glossy paper. What I do? I put them onto each other with the same distances between them and take the lowest tube and put it onto the next one, and further this way onto the second one, that is, we start in our regular way of spiral weaving, and here in the end I pull a little bit, and to keep the intervals regular, I pull the tube here. But further it goes evenly. The regular spiral way of weaving we are familiar with. Weave a couple of rows evenly, putting the tubes evenly onto the knot. I put each tube onto the following knot. We have made the base of the toy. Further, we have to make it wider, to make the so-called humming top. For widening, I put the tube not onto the knot, but this way, parallel. Hug with the lower tube and put it parallel. Such a method, and we are getting our top toy widening gradually. This way. Further lengthen and continue. Here the tube is thin. Let's try to lengthen it. Got it. Here is the thick end. Put the thin one into it. The tubes get connected easily. There is no need to complicate things. And the last one. Connected. And continue widening. Hug upper tube with the lower one. In the places of joining, hold with your hands. Put the tubes parallel. And continue this way up to the required diameter of the toy. We have chosen such a model, so there is still a lot to widen it. So we have widened the toy. The diameter of the toy has come out big enough. Now it is time to pass on to narrowing. One can weave a couple of rows putting the tubes directly onto the knot, onto the knot sharp. Just a couple of rows. And further we will be narrowing. To make the top narrower, we put the tube not onto the knot, but a centimeter, 7 millimeters closer to the center. Remember, to widen we were hugging. To weave evenly we were putting the tubes onto the knot, and for narrowing we have to put the tubes closer to the center. And the closer to the center we put the tube, the faster the narrowing will go. Lengthen the tubes and continue. So we have narrowed. Look, there was widening there. Here it is getting narrowed. And now let's weave a few rows evenly to form the top of the toy. Something like this. Put the tube right onto the notch, and the weaving comes out even. It is our favorite, convenient and fast spiral weaving we are well familiar with. Now, when we have formed such a short tail, how we finish spiral weaving? Very easily and simply compared to other ones. We take the tube we were supposed to put on the top and insert it underneath. Not to let the tube break, compact it a little with your hand. That is, we have finished weaving. For the toy to get fixed on a Christmas tree, we also have to make such a loop for it. One can make it bigger or smaller. I usually hand decoration onto the clip, that is why I have made a short tail, but you can make it bigger. What we do for it? We take the biggest tail and stick it inside. If it doesn't fit in, you can help it with a knitting needle. We can leave a tail like this for our decoration. Now drop PVA glue onto all the places of connection of tubes. Spread it thoroughly onto the places of connection and leave to dry. As soon as the glue gets dry and transparent, we will just cut the remainders and get a neat item. I spread glue onto the loop as well and make it harder this way. So we have made such an item. The only thing left is to cover it with the paint from the paint cylinder. When I make the item from newspaper tubes, I mix cool glue with water and ground the item to make it rigid. But with a glossy paper it is excessive. It is enough to cover the edge with glue and paint it from the cylinder. Now several words about the variants of the shape. As you see, shapes can be various. At first we were making such toys, but then I was taking part in Christmas fair together with Natalia Sergeyevna, and she shared the idea of shapes like this. Look what the difference is. She takes 2 tubes instead of 3, and she makes 4 edges. 3 tubes make 5 edges, while 2 tubes with one additional one on one side make 4 edges. And the shape comes out rather interesting as well. Moreover, the difference is not only in the amount of tubes and edges, but also the shape is different, as you see. At first we widen, then weave evenly, putting the tube onto the tube and gradual narrowing in the end. And as a result we get such a variant, such a cone or a fir tree, as you prefer. One can make such a 2-story toy. And another variant of the Christmas tree decoration. In the same way of spiral weaving, we weave an ordinary sausage, bend it and get such a horseshoe. Anya, under Natalia Sergeyevna's control, has woven such horseshoes. We haven't painted them yet, We are just going to paint them. So there can be different variants of Christmas tree decorations depending on your imagination, the amount of tubes you are going to weave with, and the way you will put these tubes. I wish bright Christmas tree decorations and Happy New Year to all of you!